Hey guys, so today I want to do a quick little video here where I am basically going to compare these two devices, which is the iPhone 4S and the Galaxy Grand 2. It's pretty funny to compare these devices because they are costing in the same kind of price zone actually. This one costs around, I guess, 300 bucks or something. No, maybe actually less. At a lot of places, maybe like 200 bucks. 200 bucks is probably a little bit more likely, or a little bit less even than that. But yeah, this one also probably maybe is a little bit more expensive sometimes. So let's compare these two devices. So both are both are not dual core devices, but the big difference here, of course, the display size. This one is just a tiny little baby, 3.5-inch display versus a 5.25 inch display here on the Galaxy Grand 2. I mean, that's first of all, that's a major difference. Second of all, different screen resolution here, 640x960, so higher pixel density probably here than the 720p display here that you do get on this 5.25 inch phone. And here you have the Apple A5 chipset with the dual-core 1 GHz Cortex-A9 processor. Here you have the Snapdragon 400 chipset with actually a quad-core configuration with 1.2 GHz quad, but it's Cortex-A7. I think these are very similar in terms of performance probably, because Cortex-A9 is usually way better than A7, but then again, this has a quad-core configuration. This one has to use the dual-core configuration. And also here, pretty funny to check out the GPU, graphic processing unit. On this one, the Grand 2, you can actually play Asphalt 8, Modern Combat, and those games when they're pretty decent actually. Here it's also a little bit kind of like the same. You have the SGX 543 MP2 GPU, and you do know that most App Store games is pretty optimized for all the iPhones, but then again, this iPhone is getting a little bit old, but they can still handle like games like Asphalt, if I can recall, pretty decently. It has the Apple A5 chipset as well inside. And you can also see that this device actually came with, I think, iOS 5, but now you can have iOS 7 on it, and you probably also will be able to feature or run iOS 8 on this device. It's probably going to be the final operating system that you will be able to install on, let's say, an iPhone 4S. So that could definitely be pretty interesting. Apple, of course, has their kind of skin here. You can kind of see it's a little bit laggy here, up here in the latest version, iOS 7.1.1. Also, when we bring up this one, but overall it performs pretty okay, or very good. This one has of course pretty smooth here, but I have noticed some lag sometimes with the quad-core over 2 GHz one, and yeah, sometimes you can slow down a lot with Samsung's own TouchWiz UI skin here. May not look as good as iOS, but I think it's a little bit more functional to have a brightness slider here and a lot of toggles here. But then again, this one is a little bit the same here now with the new version of iOS, that you can just quickly change the brightness here and have like 5 toggles and 4 things you can quickly access to. So that can definitely be some fun things. I think one of the major things is going to be, do you want a big display or do you want a small display? Both also have a camera here, which is like an 8 megapixel camera. And Apple software here just flows really nice, takes pictures quick. You can have an HDR mode, and this one is also having this HDR mode. But you can see sometimes it's a little bit too slow, random weird. I'm trying to open up the camera here. No, they didn't even tap on it. Okay, they are tapped on it, but you can see kind of like a slowdown there sometimes, which is a little bit annoying, versus the iPhone, which is like immediate response. A little bit random, you can see there again. I'm not really sure why that's the case, but then again, iOS or Android is usually not that good optimized to all devices, but you have tons of different modes here, different camera modes and such. HDR mode, same as you could take there with the iPhone 4S. Take a little bit longer time to take the picture, but it's trying to bump up everything. Okay, that didn't turn out to be a great picture, but still pretty funny. Of course, both have a little bit of a premium feeling to them, of course, because this one has like a leather material on the back side. The 4S actually has this kind of glass back, which kind of makes it move around a lot on the surface. Could be a little bit annoying, but both have a kind of like a premium feel to them. Probably the iPhone 4S feels a little bit more exclusive here because of the aluminum frame. This one has just a plastic frame, and hopefully that is something definitely needs to work on that. And they might do that with in June. We might see some kind of Samsung Galaxy S5 Prime with the metal frame around it. And that can definitely be a big seller. So yeah, just want to make this quick little comparison on these two devices. Peace out.